Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are going to start this week's Hello Dave off with, of course, the BGS update both for Interresed Astrocorp as well as Project Greenfield. Both of them has actually been surprisingly quiet this week. We're still working in CD33, which has been on the orders for pretty much all week, and still doing houseworks around various systems, as I talked about last week, for Interresed at the moment. And things are kind of really quiet at the moment. We're slowly building up towards the next little project, and we always have these quiet downtimes. It's more quiet periods where we make sure our systems are nice and stable before we begin really hard focusing on the next project. So that's what's going on right now. We are cleaning up around our systems, making sure everything is nice and neat before we move on to the next project, which hopefully should start in the not too distant future. As I said, also for Project Greenfield, things have been very quiet. There's been very little movement in aUEC this week. So things are progressing. They're progressing slowly, but we are moving. There's currently, at the time of this recording at least, there's an election running over there, which we need to clear, and it's going on in our direction, so that all looks fine. But I'm hoping for a slightly more exciting week next week, so we have a little bit more to share in next week's Hello Dave. However, in Elite, things are finally happening. Frontier has broke the silence. In case you don't know, Frontier has been pretty much completely silent on anything but some bug fixes and a patch note for Update 10. Since the 16th of December, that silence was finally broken last week, where one of the community managers posted a post over on the official forums. The post itself was a little weird, if you ask me. I'll link to it in the description. If you haven't read it, I recommend you do. It's not that long, but it's a little odd. Basically what they're saying is, yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. There's going to be some content updates. We know, fleet carriers. They have the Azimuth saga, which continues, expected. But they give an explanation for why there really hasn't been anything going on. And what they said was they are two things. They're working on reimagining the live stream setup. They want to wait until they can go back and use their studio again, so they can do more studio quality live streams instead of streaming from home. I understand that. That makes sense. They're also going to change the format of the live streams. It seems a little exactly what it's going to include. They are not ready to share yet. And there is, I don't know if it's just the format or there's more going on, but there's at least something going on internally that they're discussing at the moment. Don't know what it is, but they couldn't really share anything. That's basically what they're saying is, yeah, they're reworking the live streams. And while that's fine, I get it. It makes sense. You getting back to work, you have that studio available. You wanna make it look nice. You really wanna make sure it's as good as it can be. That makes sense. What does not make sense to me is, why does it take a community outcry and a month and a half for that information to come out? I mean, would it have been? I mean, fair enough. If you need 2 months of break from community live streams, fine. Just let us know instead of just stopping live streaming. I mean, every time I go off on vacation, I always mention it in Hello Dave, because otherwise I have my whole inbox filled with people asking, why would there no live stream on Tuesday? Why haven't you posted video? If you stopped playing Elite? All that stuff every time, and even when I mention it in Hello Dave, I still get those messages from time to time. But fair enough, not everybody watches Hello Dave. But point is, I think it could have been avoided by just that post we got last week. Just post that at the beginning of January when you come back. I mean, it's not like this comes as a surprise, and if you can't make a live stream, just post or tweet about it saying, hey, no live stream this week because whatever. I don't know. It feels weird that they had to take this much in order to get some kind of information, but there were no timeline, no anything given, so we don't know when they're going to return, when we're going to get our community team back, and the information flow is going to be running again. I don't know. Could be next week. Could be 3 months, 4 months from now. Nobody knows. But Frontier is not the only one that has a few communication issues. I should have included this last week's Hello Dave, actually, but I didn't really catch on to it before it was too late, and I already recorded and edited and uploaded everything last week. But the week before that, CIG, creators of Star Citizen, came out with an announcement that they were going to change the format of the roadmap. I did see the announcement, briefly skimmed the beginning of it, and figured, okay, fair enough. So they want to change the format of the way the roadmap is presented. Fair enough. I didn't think that was a big enough news that they had slightly changed the layout on their homepage that I wanted to make a big deal out of it. But apparently, if I spend a little bit more time reading it more carefully, there were some rather unfortunate statements in that post. One of the reasons why they are changing the format was that the old format where they would have it divided up into the different patches and you could see what was on the patches. And then as plans change, which they do, they would take those things, they would move it either to a new patch or maybe they would scrap it altogether. And people saw that as broken promises when something was removed from a patch. That's not the big deal. The big deal is the way that they said that when this happens, then they move things between patches, that it generates a lot of noise from the community. Now, the Star Citizen community did not take very well to be called noisy. As this is a crowdfunded project, I think a lot of people see the feedback that they are giving here as, well, feedback and not just something that should be regarded as noise. And I think that's what made people quite angry and has given quite a bit of backlash towards CIG. And understandably enough, I mean, one thing is if you are a company that sells a game, well, you're technically not obliged to take feedback from your own community. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Can mention a few company names, but let's not do that. But it's different when you are a crowdfunded project like Star Citizen, because then you're being run by the backers, and the moment the backers they disappear, the project is dead, and you don't have a finished product to deliver. So I understand why people gets angry over this, and I don't know. I just thought I would mention it here because some people commented on it last week. Why I didn't mention it wasn't because I don't think it's interesting or I'm trying to like keep our hand to protect CIG or anything like that. I just didn't realize it before after Hello Dave was recorded, edited, and uploaded. Now, with some actual in-game news, there's been very meta company related news this week. On the 17th this week, there is a new free fly event in Star Citizen. That means that if you do not have the game, you can install it and play it for free. All you have to do is just create an account. Now, if you create an account using the link that'll be in the description or my referral code, you can go to getstarcitizen.d2ea.com. If you sign up from there, then you will get some extra starting credits, and I get some extra points, referral points towards some in-game ships and armor and weapons and those kind of things. Not getting paid for it, just get some in-game goodies for it. So if you are interested in picking up the game, if you're wondering if your computer can run it at acceptable frame rates, then from the 17th, I think a week going forward, actually haven't checked, but I think a week going forward, you can go out, you just create an account, install the game, and play for free all throughout the event. And then after the event or towards the end of the event, you can make up your mind whether there's something you want to continue or not. And all it costs you is a little bit of a time investment. Finally, I need to talk about the live streams tomorrow. Plan is to go and do my part for our BGS. So dependent on what the daily orders are for Terra X, what the daily orders are for Project Greenfield, I'm going to be running some missions. I'm not sure if it's going to be Terra X or Greenfield. I will let the daily orders decide. So if there are some interesting stuff to do, then we're going to do for whichever I find the most interesting, whatever I feel like on the day. It might also be we're going to run a little bit Terra X or a little bit Greenfield and swap things around just, to have a little bit of fun. Also because it's been a really long time that I just, gone out in Elite and picked up some random missions. Did that a lot in the past, and sometimes there's some really fun missions out there. So I think I'm going to go back and do just random missions. Well, sort of random. It's going to be according to the daily orders. But that's going to be tomorrow. Also because I've been streaming live. I've been streaming Star Citizen for the last 2 weeks. So I should get some Elite in. And when I streamed Elite last, I did a lot of exploration. So let's get back in the bubble. Let's go out. Maybe do some PPU. and then see if we get some combat missions that are always fun. I haven't had that many hours in Elite combat with the new dual stick setup, so I'm actually looking forward to that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's all going to be tomorrow. It's going to be 8 o'clock in-game time and live stream on YouTube and on Twitch as usual. Hope I will see you guys there. Thanks so much for watching, and also next time I will see you guys in space.